Good morning. It's Monday, February 24th. Here's what we're working on. Canada has just announced a big boost in military aid to Ukraine 3 years after Russia's full-scale invasion.
And starting today, Canadians can file their income taxes. Simone Gavros will tell you what you need to know before filing.
And Jane Fonda has been honored with the Screen Actors Guild Lifetime Achievement Award. Good morning to Adam Atkinson in with us for the week.
Good morning to you as well.
Okay.
A little chilly out there, but not too bad.
Oh, not bad at all. I thought it was actually warm this morning.
You know, I didn't get that blast of cold in your face and you go...
It was like stuff is starting to melt.
Yes.
The snow mounds are starting slowly to get a little smaller.
And there's a chance we might get above zero today?
Oh, yes, there definitely is a chance. Yeah, we could hit 3-4 degrees.
Oh, wow, that would be nice.
So, yesterday we got to -1, so it started, but today 3 and 4 degrees and sunshine. We'll take all that together. The only thing is we're going to have quite a wind. It'll be a southwest wind starting off around 20 to 40 and then increasing 40 to 60 later on today. So it's going to become a windy day. However, we'll take the sun, a little bit of cloud cover later this afternoon, and we'll take that 4, well, we'll call it 4 degree high for the day today, which is so much better. It'll start to make you think that we're just weeks away now from spring. So we'll talk about the forecast in detail. We're -3 right now, wind chill -7. So we're on the cool side, but definitely not the deep freeze that we were in last week. Checking traffic, 403 Waterdown Road. That looks good at the moment, so nothing to see right there. Let's go into, let's check the skyways right off the bat here this morning. Garden City Skyway looks good. Burlington Skyway, nothing there. We'll flip ahead to east of Bronte. No problems on the roads right now. So, of course, we will keep you posted. Weather and traffic in a few minutes. Right now, the news.
Okay, this just in, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has pledged 25 light armored vehicles to Ukraine, along with $5 billion in seized Russian assets. Trudeau made the announcement in Kyiv this morning, joining a dozen other world leaders to mark 3 years since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Trudeau has condemned the invasion, calling it an attempt by Russia to erase Ukrainian history and expand their empire. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky actually said on the weekend that he will give up his presidency if it could lead to a lasting peace under NATO's security umbrella. Now, last night, people in cities across Canada, including in Hamilton, gathered on the eve of the anniversary of the Russian invasion amid fears of a withdrawal of support from the United States.
We were hoping when we organized the first anniversary that would be the first and last of it, but still the war rages on. Lots of people are dying, civilians, students, people in hospitals, and so we want to tell the world and Ukrainians who are still fighting for their land and their survival that we stand with Ukraine.
Since the invasion, thousands of Ukrainians have fled to Canada as refugees, and many took part in rallies at city halls, museums, and community centres across Canada.
Hamilton police are investigating a downtown shooting. It happened around 9:30 last night outside an apartment building on Sanford Avenue North between Barton and Cannon Streets. A shot was fired, but no one was hit. Now, police tell us, quote, "There's no evidence to support that it was intended to hit anyone. It may have been accidental." Investigators are still looking at surveillance video.
There's been a series of overnight vehicle break-ins in Binbrook. Police got almost 20 calls involving a stolen vehicle, theft, and slashed tires. It's happened in the area of Binbrook Road, Whitechurch Road, and Upper James between 2 and 4 in the morning on Saturday. Hamilton police have released surveillance video showing several people in a white vehicle slowly driving through that area, breaking into unlocked cars, one after the other. One man whose vehicle was broken into says he's actually fortunate that he left his door unlocked.
My cars were left open because I was cleaning the snow, and I was going to come out and lock them up, and I didn't. Probably saved me from 20 tires because everybody they couldn't get into got stabbed. If they're that processed and that petty thief, they're not going to stop it. They'll just knock you down, right? They might even take you
This all
out.
comes after last week's major announcement where Hamilton police arrested 8 people following a year-long auto theft investigation. Well, tax season has officially started this morning, so now's the time to grab all those necessary receipts and forms and hope for a big return. Simone Gavros joins us now with more on what you need to know.
Well, Annette, yes, it starts today, and you have until April 30th to file everything. Most forms are available on the CRA website, but now is the time to collect any other expenses that you may have and you're looking to claim on your taxes now. Now, the Chartered Professional Accountants of Canada did outline just some of the changes that people should be aware of, including when it comes to the capital gains inclusion rate.
The CRA may not be able to accept your return if you have capital gains to report because they're still adjusting their system. So they may not be able to accept it. So individuals with capital gains might have to hold on if they're ready. Stay tuned. The CRA will let us know when those returns can be filed. So pretty much anybody except persons with capital gains, as far as I know.
Now, this is one of the major changes this year. The federal government deferred the capital gains inclusion rate hike to 2026. This would have made 2/3 of capital gains over $250,000 subject to tax. Instead, only 50% of all capital gains remains taxable, which is unchanged from the 2023 tax year. There is penalty relief available until June 2nd as the CRA system is updated. And when it comes to filing your taxes, Wealth Advisor Renee Ribello says that there are a number of deductions and credits that you might be eligible for. She says in the past, many people have been forgetting to claim things like investment fees.
If you have non-registered investments, then you're able to write this off on your taxes. And I had one client last year where their accountant forgot to do that, and it meant a $30,000 tax rebate. So that's a major mistake that people are missing the boat on, because what happens with the investment fees is that you don't actually get a tax receipt for it. So people forget about it. So it's really important to talk with your financial planner and ensure that you get those amounts and that they're included on your tax forms as a deduction, because you are allowed to claim them.
So you have until April 30th to file your taxes and pay any taxes that you owe back to the government. For now, Adam, back over to you.
Thank you very much, Simone. Let's take a look at sports now, starting off with the Toronto Maple Leafs, who were in action last night against the Blackhawks.
With an opening, one-timer Donato with Bertuzzi in front, loose, they score!
As Chi-Town striking first, Teuvo Teravainen, one of the best names to say in hockey, buries it past Joseph Wall as time winds down in the first period. Jump to the second, Bobby McMahon goes in on the forecheck, and he finds Max Domi, who slides it to a wide-open Nick Robertson, who snipes it past the tender to knot this game up at ones. Minutes later, the Leafs jump out in front off the faceoff. Austin Matthews wins it to the point. Chris Tanev feeds Jake McCabe, who blasts one past Soderblom. 2-1 Leafs with less than 20 seconds left in the second period. Domi streaks down the right side, makes a sweet dish, a chicken carbonara, if you will, to wide open Nick Robertson, and he spanks home his second of the game. Before fans could even sit down, the Blackhawks come right back. Nazer with a little dipsy doodle to get around a defender, then feeds it through the slot to a wide open Philip Kurashev, and Chicago responds in 8 seconds. Fun fact, 8 seconds is also the name of a great rodeo movie starring the late Luke Perry. Great movie. All right, the Buds would add 2 more in the third for the commanding 5-2 win over the Blackhawks. They won 4 of 5 and vaulted over the Panthers for first place in the Atlantic Division. Let's check out the chase for Wayne Gretzky's all-time goal-scoring record, because Alex Ovechkin did something special last night that made reaching the record this season even more realistic.
Here's Ovechkin in the slot. He scores! Alex Ovechkin, number 880. 15 away from Wayne Gretzky.
A few minutes after scoring his first goal of the game, Ovi set up at his office and blasted his second one as time ticked away in the period. Then, with the Oiler net empty, Ovechkin gets a turnover, and he doesn't waste any time, snapping it from his own end right in the middle of the cage for his 882nd goal of his career, moving him only 13 goals away from breaking the Great One's record. And you can't talk about goal scoring right now without mentioning Brantford Bulldogs forward Nick Lardis, who is far and away the best goal scorer in the OHL at the moment and could join an exclusive club by season's end.
And now it's moved out here by the Brantford Bulldogs. It's Cole Brown across for the man. Who else? Nick Lardis, goal number 61.
Cole Brown with a beautiful pass to Lardis. The Bulldogs, who are a point back of Kingston for first in the conference, take a 1-0 lead. Later, Brown to Lardis again. Lardis now has his 17th multi-goal game of the year. 2-0 Dogs. Third period now 3-0 Lardis. He corrals it, scores. Lardis picks up his 7th hat trick and 63rd goal of the year. Bulldogs win 5-1 the final. Let's just break down Nick Lardis' goal-scoring greatness for a second. The 5'11", 19-year-old forward from Oakville is a 5th-round pick of the Chicago Blackhawks. He now has 63 goals in 56 games. Lardis has buried hat tricks in 4 games this month, and with 9 games left in the season, has a real chance to hit the 70-goal mark. Now, he won't be close to the overall single-season goal-scoring record. That goes to Ernie Godden, who scored 87 goals way back in 1980 when Annette Hom was still playing double dutch in her driveway or hide-and-seek in the tobacco fields.
Not quite.
Manuel quickly.
She was in high school.
All right. Manuel quickly.
Nice.
Chris Boucher. She didn't skip in high school, apparently. All right. My bad. The Raptors all had some contributions from a lot of their players. They topped the visiting Phoenix Suns 127-109 in NBA action last night. Boucher also had 10 rebounds, and Scotty Barnes added 20 points for the Raptors. Devin Booker scored 31 points, and Bradley Beal had 30 for the Suns, who had lost 5 of their last 6 games.
Wait a minute, I bet you Annette can still do double dutch in the. You see, I knew it. I just knew it. All right, 12 minutes after 6 o'clock. It is Monday, 24th of February. Let's get you into traffic first of all, then we'll talk about the forecast coming up. Still looks good here, although we are starting to see some volume building in some areas, but no problems. That's our camera 403 on Waterdown Road. To some MTO traffic cameras, St. Catharines, Garden City Skyway. The east camera looks good. Red Hill Creek, no problems. We are seeing a bit of a slowdown here north of 2 coming off the Skyway heading toward Fairview. Nothing at east of Royal Windsor, and again nothing at Cooksville Creek. Toronto-bound lanes heading away from us. Temperature has just gone up a degree. We were -3 last hour, -2 this hour. We'll take it, thank you. Winds are fairly light. We do have a mostly cloudy sky, but we are going to see some sun for the day today. And for school today, we're looking at +4 for the high today, above seasonal. Finally, for a change, it'll be partly sunny, but that wind will pick up. It'll become quite a windy day. Notice the red arrows, that southerly flow. That's what's really going to help our temperatures climb today, but it's going to be sunshine to start and then some clouds. Tomorrow we could get a shower as the temperature stays on the mild side, so we'll get some melting happening. Today temperatures 4 for Niagara, 4 this end of the lake, 3 for Brantford, 4 degrees for the remainder of the Horseshoe, so some sun. Guelph and Kitchener, there is a chance of a shower for the day today. Tonight we stay on the plus side. +1 for Niagara, 2 for Hamilton into Halton, +1 around the Horseshoe. But we can get some fog patches developing throughout the overnight because of the mild temperatures. And then tomorrow, 3 and 4 degrees once again, so looks good. A little bit of sun tomorrow, but there is a chance of a shower or some drizzle during the day tomorrow. So we stay on the mild side for today, tomorrow. And out the door this morning, temperature right now is -2. The winds are still fairly light, but they will pick up, and it is a mostly cloudy sky. And we'll see how far this mild trend will continue into our long-range forecast coming up. Annette, Adam.
Okay, thanks very much. Well, coming up, we're going to say good morning to Emily Vukovic. She had quite a night on Friday night, all for a very good cause. She'll have that and a preview of what's to come in Chit Chat. Also, you might want to check if you have a Tesla to see if the software is up to date before you head out this morning. We'll have the details in a couple of minutes. And this is an extra special good morning to Emily Vukovic because what you did on Friday night is amazing.
Thank you. It was really, really tough, and I had it in my head. I kind of psyched myself up for this really extraordinary experience, but I actually did get some sleep, and I think it's because I work early mornings that being able to fall asleep without having a nap kind of worked to my advantage.
Her neighbors complained about the snoring too, I hear.
and this was you went sleepless in your car.
Yes, it was sleepless for our community for the United Way, and they raised over $325,000 for over 100 different programs.
That's awesome.
For people in our community. So we'll talk a little bit more about it in Chit Chat. Adam did a great story on Saturday.
I saw that.
Rolling over and then rolling over again and snoring. So we'll talk a little bit about that in the next hour. But first, in Chit Chat, the Screen Actor Guild Awards were handed out last night. We'll share the list of winners, including Jane Fonda receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award, and we'll talk about a couple other winners that I think we'll be a little surprised at.
Okay, we'll see you in just a few minutes on the couch then. Taking a look right now at business news, the Canadian dollar is up 5 basis points, trading overseas at 70.36 cents US. Gold is $6.70 an ounce higher. Crude oil is down 4 cents to $70.36 a barrel. Checking midday trading in Europe, markets are up in London and Frankfurt, down in Paris.
Over in Asia, markets were up in Tokyo, but down in Hong Kong and Shanghai. North American markets ended the week on a rough note. On Friday, the TSX dropped nearly 400 points, weighed down by broad-based losses. The Dow lost 748 points, and the NASDAQ was down 438. U.S. stock futures are bouncing back this morning.
Tesla is recalling over 375,000 vehicles, including almost 40,000 in Canada. It's because of a power steering issue. The recall involves certain 2023 Model 3s and Model Ys with older software. The printed circuit board for the electronic power steering assist may become overstressed. That could cause a loss of power steering assist when the vehicle stops and then accelerates. And that loss of power could require more effort to control the vehicle by drivers, particularly at low speeds. That could increase the risk of a crash. Tesla says it's not aware of any crashes, injuries, or death, though, related to the issue.
A children's sunscreen is being recalled after a solvent was found in the product that could pose health risks. Kids buy Baby Organic sunscreen in rollerball and spray formats with an expiry date of November 2025 have been recalled due to monoglyme being found in the products. Health Canada says the solvent can be absorbed through the skin and through inhalation and may cause harm to fetal development and one's reproductive system when frequently used. The health agency says not to use the affected products and to consult a healthcare professional if someone has used the affected sunscreen and developed health concerns.
Well, the Bank of Canada governor has a grim warning of what could happen to our country's economy if we get into a trade war with the United States.
In the case of a trade war, there's no bounce back. If you introduce tariffs, the economy works less efficiently. We don't get those economies of scale. Businesses can't grow their businesses by growing their exports to the United States. So they're going to invest less. There's going to be less production. Incomes will be lower in Canada. And unless we introduce a new structural shock, some structural reform that boosts our potential output, but boosts supply, there's no bounce back.
Tiff Macklem says tariffs and Canada's retaliation to them could pull down growth and reignite inflation. He says the recovery from them will be nothing like the rapid recovery from the pandemic.
All right, taking a break right now. Brian will be back with traffic and your 7-day forecast.
Good morning, 6:24 already on this Monday morning. It's the 24th of February, checking traffic, and there's not a lot to check this morning. Garden City Skyway, once again, looks good. Top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge, now it is starting to get slow. As we get closer to 6:30, you get building volume across the Skyway Bridge. No reports of any collisions, just a slowdown. East of Bronte Road still looks good. Lauren Park through Mississauga will dip into the 403 at Burnham Thorpe. All doing fine so far, so please take it carefully. Temperature fluctuating a little bit here. Look at that, -1. That was yesterday's daytime high. So bit of a wind chill, but not by much. The winds are still fairly light. -1 Mississauga, -2 Grimsby, plus side for Toronto already, +1. Those are our seasonal temperatures for this time of year. So we're going to be above seasonal for a change. 0 for the daytime high, -8 for the overnight low. Those are our sun times and records for today. And for school today, we'll be -1 for the first bell. This morning at 9 o'clock, we'll have some sun, a little bit more cloud cover later on, but we should be around 3 degrees for the day. But the high today will be 4 degrees. We'll see that increasing amount of cloud cover. Be prepared for the wind today. It's going to be a strong wind. Tonight, we stay on the plus side. +2 tonight. We'll get some fog. Tomorrow, 3. Chance of showers or drizzle. Cloudy and 4. Wednesday, we stay at 4 again with chance of showers on Thursday. We stay plus side for Friday and Saturday. We get some mixing on Saturday possible, and then the temperature dips a little bit for Sunday. But most of the week, we're looking on plus side temperatures. That's your look at your forecast. Annette, Adam.
Okay, kind of protesting this story because there are no cats, but we are coming off Hollywood's biggest night for dogs.
I love it.
The canine star of Deadpool and Wolverine took home the top global award.
Go from being UK's ugliest dog to now best in world has been quite a wild ride, and we really appreciate everything that everybody's done, and we appreciate all our fans and followers. Just want to say a huge thank you to everybody.
From ugliest dog to best dog. That's great. That's Peggy the pug, who officially won Best in World at the Fido Awards for her role as Dog Pool, which was a great part. She's being recognized for her stand-up performance alongside Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. Unfortunately, she couldn't attend in person as she's on a well-deserved vacation after a busy press tour. Another big winner was the rom-com Rover Award given to the Havanese, who stole the show in a pool party scene from the latest Bridget Jones's Diary film. I haven't seen that, so I don't know that dog.
Okay, on that red carpet, is there a lot of vacuuming afterwards? All the hair. Oh yeah, and cleanup. Who's got to do cleanup after that? Normally you don't have to after celebrities. Okay, stay with us. We've got lots more to come, including a very warm forecast from Brian.